Martin Akbarike, and I am a beneficiary of the services that JVS provides to newly resettled refugees in Kansas City, Missouri. And I work at JVS as a volunteer and outreach manager. As some of you may know, most of you may not know, JVS happens to be the best kept secret in Kansas City because not only do we resettle refugees all over the world, we also work with people that have some physical, mental disability. But I am here today to talk about our refugee resettlement program. Now, being a beneficiary of the system, I was resettled here by Don Bosco Center years back. And if not for the kind of services and for the kind of opportunity that was presented here in Kansas City and by Don Bosco, I wouldn't be standing here before you. So today, the best health secret in Kansas City is now open for all. And most importantly, for Impact KC, so that we can all impact the lives of the clients that we serve, not just here in Kansas City, but all over the world, because we resettle refugees that have fled their homelands through no fault of theirs. We are hearing about all the issues going on around the world today, but for the folks that we resettle, they fled their home country because of war, because of strife, because of all the evil things that have happened to them. And most times, the husband goes this way, the wife goes this way, the children go this way, and they never ever meet. But because of the kind of services we provide, we are able not only to resettle the father and the mother and the children, but also to reconnect them through our adjustment program. So, for the refugees to resettle, there are over 10.4 million of them all over the world, scattered across the refugee camps all over the world. Anywhere there's a hotspot, there are refugees that have fled that area. And only those that survive are designated refugees. Most do not survive. And here in Kansas City, we resettled folks from Burma, Bhutan, Sierra Leone, Gambia, anywhere that there's hotspots, we are there. Then we have, of all refugees all over the world, there are 1% that are resettled in third country. Initially, the idea behind refugee camps, like the camps you see on the screen, is that after the trouble that occurred in their home countries subside, they will go back to their home countries in respect and dignity. But of course, we all know those troubles do not subside, rather it keeps increasing. And then the host countries where the refugee camps are do not allow them to be part of their society, because people in those countries think that these folks come to get our jobs. And then the third option left is to be resettled in a third country, like the United States, Canada, or even Britain. The refugee resettlement program in the United States is based on two main ideas. Number one, on humanitarian ground, and number two, on American foreign policy interest. So all the refugees that are resettled here are brought here because if we do not bring them here and provide opportunities for them, they will be left alone either to rot in the camp, and some have been there for over 17 years. Now, the idea behind the resettlement of refugees in the United States came as a result of the end of the Second World War, when the Vietnamese that assisted Americans in the war were being terrorized by their own people. The government decided to have a structure whereby they can fund those that are brought here by the United States government. And this structure mandated that the president go to the Congress and give a presidential determination stating that the United States government will settle between 70 or 80,000. And for the past few years, the government have stated they will settle 80,000, 70,000 each year in the United States. But of course, they never get to that amount. The refugees we settle have so many problems. Most of them is health related, but basically employment. And for us to be able to find them jobs, it's very, very difficult. And since we started doing refugee resettlement in 2004, we have resettled over 3,479 refugees. And every year we welcome between 350 to 450 refugees here in Kansas City. Like I mentioned, they come from these following countries: Bhutan, Burma, Congo, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Iraq, Somalia, and Sudan. When refugees arrive here in the United States, we are the first point of call that they have. We pick them up from the airport with the van Don Bosco, after being resettled by them, when we pick them up from the airport, we take them through Northwest Barry Road to the nearest MPD for double cheeseburger and fries. And when you see them pick up the burger, they open up the burger, take out the pickle, take out everything, they look at it, smell it, put it aside, but they all love the fries. So transportation is a huge issue, because not only are we picking up 1, 2, 3 individuals, we are picking up a large families. The average family size are 9. You know, we have a Congolese family that have 12 children. And of course, when we pick up these folks, we sometimes manage with not just the JVS van, but also with the case manager's vehicles. And in addition to picking them up, we also provide bus training so that they could all attain self-sufficiency. Because our goal at JVS is not to enable, but to empower. And some of the services we provide to refugees include applying for social security card, arranging for health screening for them, taking them for ESL, English as a second language class, and then taking them for ESL for citizenship, and most importantly, helping them find jobs. And in addition to all other refugees, we also see some that have some kind of disability. So we are here today to ask for money to help us procure a new van. We currently have a van that picks up people from the airport, but because of the distances that they go to Tugulu for work, we all know the employment climate here in the United States, and much more in Kansas City, Missouri. So all the good jobs are not available anywhere close by, especially for refugees that have limited English, no skills, no verifiable work history. So most times we place them in area factories. And one of the places we place them are in Noel, Missouri, or St. Joseph, Missouri, where they have meat packaging plants. And now what we do is that when we get them together, we take them in bulk and then take them to the location sites so that we could do application together, we could conduct interview for them all together, and most times, each time we go, they are all hired. Because refugees not only work hard for themselves, they're working hard for their families back home. So as you can see from the slide, we pick them up from the airport, we take them home after we set up their apartments. We also use our vans to take up the donations that we get from members of this area to furnish the apartments. Now we do intake. The next day, pick them up from their homes and bring them to JVS. We arrange for health registration, weekly community orientation, and bus training so that they could become good at getting to their jobs by themselves. Now we also pick them for health appointment, health screening, follow-up appointment, and specialty care. We take them to adult ESL and then ESL for citizenship. We also enroll them in school and take them to immunization appointment, shopping for school supplies and uniforms. And most importantly, we take them to employment appointment. We have an individual employment plan for each refugee. So, airport, home, JVS, health appointments, employment appointments, educational appointments. This is the current van that we have. It breaks down all the time. Most times we're taking people for appointments and the van breaks down and they are late, and then the employer says, oh, this person that comes late, who knows what will happen if we hire them. So we're asking for $15,000 to help us procure a new van, to help reduce the numbers of breakdowns that we have with our current vans, and also to transport people to Noel, Missouri, and to St. Joseph, Missouri. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Any questions for Martin? I apologize for not introducing you fully, but I knew I was going to blow your last name, so.
Well, I came on behalf of